today we see the next point of the topic, that is the development. Okay, in last lecture we have seen that is about the growth, that is how the growth takes place, that is there are the two types of the growth, that is the relative growth and the absolute growth. Okay, today we see that is about the development. So there is a difference between the growth and the development. Okay, so growth, it is increase in the organism, that is form of the organism, while the development, that is this development, it is nothing but that is there is the sequential changes which occurs, that is from the seed germination up to the death. Seed germination up to the death. So here in the development there are many processes, that is growth, then morphogenesis, then maturation, and also the senescence. So here in the development there are the different steps, that is the growth of organism takes place, then morphogenesis takes place, that is formation of the different parts, that is the leaves, fruits, flowers, etc. are formed. Then again the next, that is they gets mature, and the last step of the development is the death. Last step of development is the death. Okay, so see that is here in the plants, that is the development means that is what, that is there is a sequential events takes place in the plant. Okay, sequential events which takes place in the plant, that is from the germination, that is from the seed germination up to the death, up to the death. So first we see that is about what is meant by the seed germination. So we have seen in last lecture also, that is here the seed germination takes place, that is here when the seed gets germinated, that is here there is the formation of the root system, and there is the shoot system, that is here there is the plumule formation takes place. Okay, and here is the radicle. So here for the radicle, here root formation takes place, from the plumule there is the formation of the shoot. So here that is the seed, it gets germinated, so it is the seed, and seed when gets germinated, that is there is the formation of the radicle, from which here the root system is developed, and from the plumule here the shoot system is developed. Okay, so first step is the seed germination. So during the seed germination, here when the root system develop and the shoot system develop, there the meristematic tissue are produced, that is we have seen here the meristematic tissue which are produced, that is at the growing region, that is here at the root apex and also at the shoot apex. So we have seen that is different types of the meristem. Okay, so here the meristematic tissue means what? That is the cells which having the high ability of the cell division, high capacity of the cell division. आणि मग इथं जे काही मेरिस्टेम तयार होईल, that is it is having the high capacity of the cell division. Now, okay, so here there is the formation of the meristematic tissue takes place. Okay, and this meristematic tissue, which are we have seen the characteristics of the meristematic tissue, that is they are the thin wall, okay, dense protoplasm, prominent nucleus, and it is having the high capacity of the cell division. So there is the formation of the meristem, which are made up of the meristematic tissue. Okay, so here in the meristem there are the meristematic tissue. And this meristematic tissue which undergoes the cell division. Okay, so there are formation of the many cells. During the cell division, there are the number of cells are produced. During the cell division, there are number of cells are produced. Okay, so here the meristematic tissue, it undergoes cell division. Okay, that is there is the mitosis takes place. Okay, and here there are number of cells are produced. Many number of cells are produced. due to the cell division. So here when the cell divides, we have seen there are the different phases of the growth. So in the phases of growth, and also we have seen that is the regions, that is here there are the cell division region or the zone. Okay, then above the cell division zone there is one zone, that is the cell elongation. So here what happens, that is when the cells are produced, large amount of cells are produced from the meristematic cells, that is here the meristematic cell divides and number of cells are produced. These number of cells or many cells which are produced, in which here the plasmatic growth takes place. So plasmatic growth takes place means what? There is increase in the size of the cell takes place. What happens then here? The increase in size of the cell takes place. Increase in size of the cell takes place. So here the plasmatic growth takes place. That is here the cell due to increase in the size. Here the next step which comes, that is the cell elongation. Cell elongation. So due to which here there is the increase in the protoplasm, and due to which increase in the protoplasm content, here the cell elongation takes place. We have already seen that is how the cell elongation takes place. That is, it mainly takes place in the zone of elongation. Okay, so here what happens, there is the increase in the protoplasm. Increase in protoplasm. That is, the protoplasm content of the cell increases. Protoplasm content of the cell increases. Okay, so see that is here. Here are the meristematic cells. Okay, and here after the cell division there are the formation of many cells. Meristematic cells are produced. Large amount of cells are produced. Okay, and then again the size of the cell increases. That is, here the plasmatic growth takes place. So then here there is the elongation. So if the cell size punna azun काय होईल, increase. That is the cell gets elongate. Okay, so here there is an increase in the protoplasm content. Okay, protoplasm content in the काय increase. So when the protoplasm content increases, that is the cell goes to the maturation. That is the cell it matures. So maturation means what? That is here the after the elongation there is the maturation and differentiation of the cell takes place. So here the maturation and differentiation takes place. That is here in this step. That is the cells which becomes actually functioning. Cells becomes actually functioning. And जेव्हा cells हे functioning बनतात, that is there are the formation of the different types of the tissue system. Okay, that is the outermost epidermis, then cortex, then endodermis, then xylem, phloem. These are the mature cells. Okay, so maturation, that is there are the formation of the mature cells. So in the mature cells, that is there are the formation of epidermal cell, cortex cell, endodermis, pericycle, vascular tissue are formed, that is xylem and the phloem. And there are the formation of permanent tissue system. Okay, that is the simple permanent tissue, that is the parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. These tissue systems are produced. So here the cells gets mature. Okay, and when the cells gets mature, then the next step is the senescence. So what is meant by the senescence? That is, senescence means actually the aging. Aging or the plants which goes in the adult stage. That is, here the aging of the plant part takes place. म्हणजे एखादा समजा लीव्ज असेल, सुरुवातीला ते छोटंसं लीव्ज असेल, बरोबर आहे ना, त्यानंतर ते काय होईल, लार्ज होईल, इलॉंगेशन होईल त्याचं, बरोबर आहे. आणि इलॉंगेशन झाल्यानंतर ते काय होईल, ॲक्च्युली मॅच्युअर होईल. आणि जेव्हा मॅच्युअर होतं तेव्हा पुढे त्याच्या काय होतं, तर पुन्हा त्याचं काय होतं, सिनेसन्स होतं, म्हणजे एजिंग होतं, बरोबर आहे. आणि एजिंग झाल्यानंतर मग ते पान काय होतं, तर अगदी पूर्णपणे पिवळं पडल्यानंतर म्हणजे आपण पान पिकल्यानंतर गळून पडत असं म्हणतो. दॅट इज हिअर एजिंग टेक्स प्लेस अँड डेथ. द लास्ट स्टेप इज द डेथ. Last step is the death. So here the plant parts during the senescence there is the aging of the plant parts takes place. That is the flowers, fruits and the leaves. They becomes the mature. That is they becomes the adult. Okay, and then again they gets falls. That is the death of the plant parts of the plants also takes place. Okay, so these are the steps of the development. Okay, so what is the definition of the development? So development is the sequential events which takes place in the plants from germination up to the death. From germination up to the death. Okay, so in the development there are the stages. That is the first stage of germination is the first step of development is the seed germination. Second step is formation of meristem. Third step is cell division. Fourth step is plasmatic growth. Then fifth step is cell elongation. Sixth step is cell maturation. Seventh step is there are the formation of mature cells. Then 8th step is the senescence and the 9th step is the death. Okay, so there are the total 9 steps. How many steps are there? Total 9 steps in the development. So here there is the sequential changes which takes place from the seed germination up to the death. Seed germination up to the death. It is known as the development. Okay, so in the development there are total 9 steps are there. Okay, so it is about the development. The next point, see, that is about the plasticity. Okay, the next, see, that is about the plasticity. So what is mean by the plasticity? Plasticity means that is the plants, every plants having ability to different forms, ability, and that is to form the different kinds of the structures, to form the different kinds of the structures, and that is a response to different, due to the response of different the environmental and the internal factors. So in response of different environmental and internal factors, that is in the plants there is the capacity to form the different kinds of the form, that is different kinds of the structures are produced. So if we see, that is the leaf structure in the plants, that is in the immature condition, that is in the juvenile stage, we can see that is a different form or the structure of the leaf. But when it gets mature, that is it shows a different structure. Okay, so here the plasticity, it is because of the different hormonal or the genetical factors. Okay, so there are the different forms or the structures of the leaves which are produced due to some environmental condition or due to some internal factors, that is there are due to the some hormonal changes or due to the some genetic factors. So plasticity it mainly occurs, that is in the two stages. One is the in juvenile stage. Juvenile, and that is the young stage, and second stage is the mature stage. Second is the mature stage. Okay, so in the juvenile stage means what? That is young stage. If we see the plants, that is the leaves of the plants in the immature or in the juvenile stage, it shows a different form, different structure. While after mature, in mature stage, if we see, that is the plant shows the different structure. Okay, so these different structures at the two stages, that is in the young stage or in the juvenile stage and in conditions it form, that is in the plants, it is nothing but the plasticity. It is known as the plasticity. So this heterophilous condition in these plants, it is mainly occurs, that is in the juvenile stage, that is the young stage condition, and in the mature stage condition we can see the different structures, that is the heterophilous condition. Hetero-different phylous, that is the leaves are different structure, shows different structure in the young stage condition and in the mature stage condition. Okay, and these different stages or the different forms of the leaves, these are occurs due to some internal factors. Due to some internal factors, that is these are the growth hormones or the genetic factors. Okay, due to which here the different structures are produced, while here the external environmental factors are there also. External environmental factors, due to which here we can see the different forms of the leaves. Okay, so plasticity, see the concept of that is the plasticity means what? That is there, it is the ability of the plant to form the different kinds, ability of the plant to form the different kinds of the structures in response to different environmental or the internal factors. Okay, so see that is here the plasticity. Now it is of the two types. We see that is the types of the plasticity. Types of plasticity. There are the two types. Two types of the plasticity. So here the first type is the intrinsic plasticity. Intrinsic plasticity. And another type is the extrinsic plasticity. Extrinsic plasticity. So what is meant by the intrinsic plasticity? This plasticity which mainly produced due to some internal factors, that is internal genetic factors. It is due to the internal genetic factors. Internal genetic factors, or it is also due to some hormonal changes or the growth hormones or the growth regulators. Okay, or growth regulators. So due to presence of different growth regulators, that is the internal factors. Okay, or some genetic factors, which is also the internal factors. Here the plasticity occurs, that is there are the formation of different forms of the leaves, different forms of the leaves or the structures of the leaves, that is known as the intrinsic plasticity due to the internal factors, due to the internal factors. Okay, so here if we see, that is one example, that is in the, for example in coriander. Or in cotton, coriander, or in cotton, we can see that is intrinsic plasticity. So here in case of the coriander, that is if we see, that is in the juvenile stage or in the immature stage, young condition, see that is here the leaves are कोथिंबीर माहिती सगळ्यांना. तर कोथिंबीर मध्ये जनरली आपण जर बघितलं तर ब्रॉड लोब्ड लीव्स हे आपल्याला कोणत्या कंडिशन मध्ये दिसतील? जुवेनाइल कंडिशन. are the large lobe. Leaves which are large lobe or broadly lobed. Leaves are broadly lobed. While here, if we see, that is in adult, there are the slender or the feathery. In adult, they are slender or feathery. If we see in the adult condition, they are the slender and the feathery. That is, they shows the feathery structures. Like this. Okay. So these structures, these are mainly occurs. That is in the adult condition. In adult means what? When it gets mature, that is in mature condition, they are slender or the feathery. They look like, that is the feathery. Okay, so it is due to the intrinsic plasticity. Intrinsic, that is, it is due to the internal factors. Internal factors, they are mainly the growth regulators or due to the some genetic factors. Okay, that is the internal factors. So it is the intrinsic plasticity, and it mainly seen, that is in the case of the coriander or in the cotton, and there are the different types of the leaves. That is the heterophilous condition occurs. Okay, and then next type, that is the extrinsic plasticity. Extrinsic plasticity, it is mainly occurs due to the environmental condition. Due to the environmental condition. Due to environmental conditions. So, which are their environmental conditions? That is, the environmental conditions are mainly the temperature, light, water, oxygen, and the nutrients. Environmental condition मध्ये काय आहे? There is the temperature, okay, light, oxygen, nutrients, water. These are mainly the environmental factors, and due to which here these external factors or the environmental factors, here the extrinsic plasticity occurs. So this mainly occurs, that is, for example, in the buttercup. Example is the in buttercup, that is here there are the heterophilous condition occurs. That is, in the buttercup, its scientific name is the Ranunculus flabellus. Ranunculus flabellus. Okay, so that is Ranunculus flabellus. Ranunculus flabellus. It is the example, that is in which, that is the common name is the buttercup. Common name is the buttercup. Belongs the family Ranunculus. In this plant here, we see that is the heterophilous condition. That is, there are the different environmental conditions. So see, that is here. It is mainly grows in the water, that is in the surface of the water and below the surface of the water. There are the different leaf structures. Okay, so here the plant which grows, that is this mainly grows in the shallow water plant. Okay, so here we can see that is below the water surface. Here the leaves are more dissected. Below the water surface, leaves are more dissected, while above the water surface they are less dissected. So see, that is here it is the water surface. So below this water surface here is the soil. Okay, so here is the water. Below this water surface, if we see, that is this plant, that is the leaves are more lobed. That is more dissected. More dissected, more lobe leaves are seen. In case of the buttercup plant, that is below the water surface, here the condition, that is the aquatic condition is. Here the condition is aquatic. So here where the water surface, below the water surface, that is here inside the water, the leaves which are present, they are more dissected. They are more dissected. Okay. While here the another environmental condition, that is the above the water surface, plant is said, but above the water surface it is less dissected. Above the water surface, if we see the leaves, these are the less dissected, like this. They are the less dissected. Okay, so see here the leaves, these are mainly the less dissected leaves. Here the more dissected, that is a more lobed structure दिसेल आपल्याला इथं जास्त असे डिसेक्टेड झालेले दिसतील डीपली त्याचे, परंतु इथं मात्र लेस डिसेक्टेड दिसते. The leaves are less dissected. Leaves are less dissected. Okay, so here there are the different environmental conditions. Below the water surface, here inside the water, the leaves shows different structure, different forms. While above the water surface, म्हणजे इथं दोन environmental condition बदललेले आहेत. एक environmental condition कोणती आहे? In the water surface, in the waters. बरोबर आहे, that is below the water surface only in aquatic condition. पाण्यामध्ये असताना आपल्याला कसं दिसेल, लीफ हे जास्त डिसेक्टेड दिसेल, परंतु त्याच प्लांटवरती जे काही लीफ आहे हे लीफ मात्र इथं कसं दिसेल तर लेस डिसेक्टेड दिसेल. It shows the less dissected leaf. Okay, so here in the Ranunculus flagellosus or in the buttercup plant, we see that is the different structures in the plants, that is they shows, that is the heterophyllous condition. It shows the heterophyllous condition, that is below the water surface and above the water surface there are the different environmental conditions. Okay, so it is about the plasticity. म्हणजे अगदी सोप्या भाषेमध्ये पाहायचं झालं तर प्लास्टिसिटी म्हणजे काय सांगता येईल, तर प्लास्टिसिटी म्हणजे की याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला प्लांट्स मध्ये वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे लीफचे स्ट्रक्चर दिसतील, वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे लीफचे स्ट्रक्चर दिसतील. दॅट इज ड्यू टू द डिफरंट स्ट्रक्चर्स, दे आर ड्यू टू सम इन्व्हायरमेंटल कंडिशन और ड्यू टू सम इंटरनल कंडिशन. ओके, सो इफ इट इज ड्यू टू द इंटरनल कंडिशन्स, दॅट इज इंटरनल म्हणजे इथे काय जेनेटिक फॅक्टर किंवा ग्रोथ रेग्युलेटर्स, की यांच्यामुळे लीफमध्ये आपल्याला वेगवेगळं स्ट्रक्चर पाहायला मिळेल. बरोबर आहे, किंवा एक्सटर्नल फॅक्टरमुळे सुद्धा, इथे एक्सटर्नल फॅक्टर आहे काय आहे, वॉटर आहे. बरोबर आहे, आणि एक्सटर्नल फॅक्टर वॉटर जो की याच्यामध्ये लीव्स की जे वॉटरमध्ये आहेत ते आपल्याला मोर डिसेक्टेड दिसतील, आणि जेव्हा लीव्स हे वॉटरच्या वरती येतील, बरोबर आहे, अबोव द वॉटर सरफेस दिसतील, ते मात्र लेस डिसेक्टेड दिसतील. बरोबर आहे, म्हणजे इथं आपल्याला या दोन कंडिशन्समध्ये इंट्रिन्सिक आणि एक्सट्रिन्सिक प्लास्टिसिटी याच्यात या दोन कंडिशन्स लक्षात घ्या, की इंट्रिन्सिक की ज्यांच्यामध्ये इंटरनल फॅक्टर्स मुळे आपल्याला डिफरंट हेटेरोफिलस कंडिशन पाहायला मिळेल. ओके, डिफरंट लीफ स्ट्रक्चर्स पाहायला मिळेल. आणि एक्सट्रिन्सिक प्लास्टिसिटी म्हणजे काय, की याच्यामध्ये काय दिसेल आपल्याला, तर इन्व्हायरमेंटल कंडिशन म्हणजे एक्सटर्नल कंडिशन मुळे आपल्याला इथं डिफरंट फॉर्म्स लीव्सचे पाहायला मिळतील. दॅट इज द हेटेरोफिलस कंडिशन. ओके, सो इट इज अबाउट द प्लास्टिसिटी. म्हणजे प्लास्टिसिटी हा कन्सेप्ट काय सांगतो, तर इथं प्लांट्स मध्ये आपल्याला वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे स्ट्रक्चर, लीफमध्ये वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे स्ट्रक्चर पाहायला मिळते, की जनरली ते यंग कंडिशनमध्ये वेगळे असतील आणि मॅच्युअर झाल्यानंतर आपल्याला वेगळे स्ट्रक्चर पाहायला मिळतात. दॅट इज नथिंग बट द प्लास्टिसिटी. Okay, then next concept see, that is about some introduction of the growth hormone. Growth, next point, that is the growth hormones. The scientist Starling who first coined the term, that is the growth hormone. So the growth hormones, these are the internal factors that is which mainly affecting the growth of the plants. So here the growth hormones, if we see, that is the growth hormones, these are the organic substances which are naturally synthesizing in the plants. Growth hormones are organic substances and these are the internal factors which are synthesizing in the plants, and these growth hormones which mainly influence on the growth of the plants, which mainly influence on the growth of the plants. So the growth hormones, these are mainly synthesized in the plants naturally. These are known as the phytohormones. These are known as the phytohormones. These are also known as the growth regulators. These are also known as growth regulators. So see, that is the growth hormones. These are of the two types. Growth hormones. These are of the two types. One is the growth promoter and another is the growth inhibitor. Growth promoter and growth inhibitor. So growth promoter means that is which mainly promotes the growth or the support the growth. They promote, these growth promoters, they promote or support the growth. While the growth inhibitors, that is they mainly inhibit the growth. That is they mainly inhibit the growth. That is the growth stops. That is what the growth stops. So these are the growth inhibitors. So growth promoters, which are the growth promoters, that is auxins, gibberellins, GA, cytokinins. These are the three growth promoters. While growth inhibitors, these are ethylene and abscisic acid. These are ethylene and abscisic acid. So here the growth hormones, these are mainly synthesized in the plants naturally. Okay, these are mainly synthesized in the plants naturally. These are known as the phytohormones. So the growth hormones, these are mainly synthesized, and that is which mainly control the growth of the plant. The growth hormones, the function of the growth hormone, first that is it control the growth of the plants. And then next, that is they mainly transport, that is where they are not synthesized. म्हणजे त्यांचं सिंथेसायझिंग साइट एक असेल, एका बाजूला ते कुठेतरी सिंथेसाइज होत असते, तरी ते एका जिथे सिंथेसिस होतात तिथून ते काय होतात, they mainly transport, that is they transport where they are not synthesized. ओके, म्हणजे सिंथेसायझिंग रिजन मधून ते दुसऱ्या रिजन कडे ते काय होतात, सिंथेसाइज ट्रान्सपोर्ट होतात, की ज्या रिजन मध्ये, ज्या साइट मध्ये ते सिंथेसिस होत नाही. ओके, सो दे ट्रान्सपोर्ट वेअर दे आर नॉट सिंथेसाइज and then they required very minute quantity. म्हणजे जनरली जर आपण बघितलं तर ग्रोथ हार्मोन्स किंवा ग्रोथ रेग्युलेटर्स हे अगदी कमी प्रमाणात लागतात प्लांट्समध्ये, अगदी मायन्यूट क्वांटिटीमध्ये लागतात. ओके, सो दे रिक्वायर अ व्हेरी मायन्यूट क्वांटिटी. They control the physiological growth. That is in plants, all the phytohormones or the growth hormones, they mainly control the growth, that is the physiological growth of the plant. So that is the scientist Phillips who told that is here the growth hormones, these are mainly transported through the phloem parenchyma. Phillips who suggests that is the growth hormones, they are mainly transported through the phloem parenchyma. parenchyma. That is the Phillips, scientist Phillips, who suggests that is here these phytohormones or the growth hormones, these are mainly transported through the tissue, that is the phloem parenchyma in the plants. Okay, so here the growth hormones or these phytohormones, these are mainly known as the growth regulators. If the hormones which are synthesized in the plants naturally, these are known as the phytohormones. These are known as the phytohormones. See, that is here phytohormones. So phytohormones means what? That is, these are synthesized naturally. Phytohormones, these are synthesized naturally in the plants. While here the growth regulators, these are artificially synthesized. They may be artificially synthesized. That is here the growth regulators. See here, phytohormones are naturally synthesizing growth regulators. Naturally synthesizing. Okay, that is which are synthesized naturally in the plants. While the growth regulators, these are the artificially synthesized. These are the artificially synthesized. So, see, that is here all the phytohormones which are termed as a growth regulators, or all the phytohormones which are termed as the growth regulators. Okay, these are the naturally synthesizing. Phytohormones are naturally synthesizing. Growth hormones are artificially synthesizing. But all the growth regulators are not the phytohormones. All the growth regulators are not the phytohormones. Okay, so that is about the phytohormones and the growth regulators. Okay, phytohormones and growth regulators. Okay, so here the growth hormones, आज आपण फक्त याचं इंट्रोडक्शन बघतोय. डिटेल फायटोहार्मोन्स आपण सगळे हे ऑक्झिन, जिबरलिन, सायटोकायनिन, इथिलीन आणि ॲब्सिसिक ॲसिड हे सगळे आपण ते सिंथेसिस कसे होतात, त्यानंतर त्यांचे फिजिओलॉजिकल इफेक्ट्स काय आहेत हे आपण डिटेल बघणार आहोत. आज फक्त आपण इंट्रोडक्शन बघणार आहोत अबाउट द ग्रोथ हार्मोन. ओके, सो द ग्रोथ हार्मोन, the term it is given by the or coined by the scientist, first coined by the scientist Starling. Okay, now and here the growth hormones, these are mainly of the two types, that is the growth promoters and growth inhibitors. Growth promoters which promotes the growth, while the growth inhibitors which inhibit the growth. Growth stop म्हणतो त्याला आपण, आणि हे काय करतात तर ग्रोथ प्रमोट करतात, उत्तेजित करतात. ओके, so growth promoters, these are the auxins, gibberellins and cytokinins, while the growth inhibitors are ethylene and abscisic acid. Okay, so it is about the growth hormones. Okay, so today we see that is about the first point, that is the development in the plant, then plasticity. Also we have seen about the plasticity and some introduction of the point, that is of the growth hormone. Okay, so student, today we stop.